Get ready, everyone, for Tuesday afternoon NBA action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan and Clark Kellogg. Doris Burke will join us moments from now from courtside. The Chicago Bulls here to defend the home court, playing host to the Western Conference. And checking out Utah's opening lineup. John Stockton out there with Jeff Hornacek. And there's Malone. And it's Brian Russell and Ostertag. And for Chicago, Pippen is out there with Dennis Rodman. And it's Michael Jordan. Then it's Longley and Harper. 24 home wins for the Chicago Bulls last year, Clark. About what you'd expect from them.
Yeah, I was not surprised. That's a reasonable expectation for the Bulls. But if they want to make the leap to being a top seed in the East, they'll need to up that this year and be a truly unstoppable team at home, which means somewhere in that mid-30s range.
Now here's Jordan. Left side Jordan. The shot no good. Here go the Jazz the other way.
Normally he sinks that shot. His mid-range game is excellent. He just misfired that time.
Stockton against Pippen. From 7, and the basket by Malone.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
And it's the Bulls with the ball. Moments ago, Doris, you caught up with Phil Jackson. What do you have to say?
Kevin, he told me the most important thing for them is to remember that this is a team game. He said we can be a terrific offensive club if we work the ball around and get touches for as many players as possible. But when we play selfishly, we're a totally different and therefore ineffective team, guys.
Thanks a lot, Doris. It's obvious Coach wants to keep the pressure on his team's offense.
Well, he doesn't want them leaving points on the table. I mean, that's basically all he's saying. Let's take advantage of our opportunities.
Utah on D. Scottie Pippen unable to get his shot. And the big-time jam. Let's see it again with the spike slam cam.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfect.
Here is Stockton. He's started by Harper. Stockton passes to Hornacek. Through contact and a whistle, and he'll go to the line. It's going to be on Michael Jordan. First one falls out. And the Bulls making a change here. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Kerr. 48 seconds left in the first. Backing down is Jordan. Kerr with it. Outside Jordan. Up high and down hard.
Plays like that are what makes this league so great. He's a special player.
I don't care if you're a fan of another team. You have to admire someone, Clark, who can make those types of plays. Here's Stockton. Here's Malone, and then Malone with the jam.
He's just too quick for his man. Left him in the rearview mirror and knocked it down.
Stockton against Kerr. Off the mark with the 3 ball. Stockton with it. Good at the goes. No good. And that's the end of one. Close game so far. Jazz out in front. They lead by a bucket.
Kevin, their offense has been flowing right from the get-go. It's been fun to watch.
Both teams neck and neck as we begin the second quarter. Here's Stockton. Going back to last spring, Utah was able to overcome the Nuggets in the postseason, but just ran into all kinds of problems against the Lakers.
Yeah, it was just too much size, Kevin. It didn't appear as though they were out of their league, but nonetheless, a sweep is a sweep. Yet they were in every one of those games, and they were a little short-handed, and the lack of size really was the difference.
And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Brian Russell. Jeff Hornacek is out there with John Stockton, and there's Malone and Ostertag. Stockton passes to Malone. Malone right side. Fires from the elbow, and he hits the jumper for 2. Malone's got 6 points. Yeah, when you look at how the Laker-Jazz series played out, you can't argue with the results of Los Angeles.
Yeah, I guess when it came right down to it, partner, the Lakers just had a much deeper team and were much bigger, so they were able to wear down the Jazz. I still contend that was a closer matchup than the series scores would indicate.
Outside, Russell. Ostertag working against Longley. Jordan against Hornacek. The rebound by Kukoc. A basket here, and they could have their first lead of the game. Here's Kerr. And that misses. That would have put them up. Clock management. This is where they could get a 2-for-1. The open shot, Stockton. No good. Now Chicago takes it the other way. Poked away. Ostertag against Kukoc. Here's Kerr. Hit the left rim and out. Now here's Stockton. No points for him. Pass to Malone. It's Hornacek on the wing. With 2 seconds left. It's Hornacek again missing. It's all tied in Chicago.
Take a look at what Jordan's done. 6 points and 1 rebound. He's got more than half his team's points. Unreal.
From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment.
Thanks for joining us. Now it's time for the HP Halftime Report. We've seen the Bulls slugging it out. Precision ball movement. They made some fantastic passes. Good overall. Also, though, for the Jazz. They've done all the little things, made all the plays, and that's been the difference. A good start for the mailman, Karl Malone. He has 6 points, also has hauled in a few rebounds to add to his scoring. Some great basketball in today's action from these two, as they've led the way in scoring for their teams. Thanks so much for tuning in. Now let's get you back out to the start of the third quarter. I'm Damon Bruce. So long, everyone.
Well, it's been a tough game as we enter the second half. Both teams going at it. Here's Stockton. Not on the scoreboard yet. From everything you hear, Clark, the Bulls players have a good locker room, great chemistry. Guys really gone.
Yeah, it seems like that, Kevin, and that's always what you're looking for, the intangibles. Guys that want to play together, that want to be together, and that have each other's back.
They got Dennis Rodman. Harper's out there with Michael Jordan. Then there's Pippen and Longley. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half.
Great jump on the dump inside.
And so here's Chicago. To the middle. Pippen. He's covered by Stockton. Shots good by Pippen. Talking about their chemistry, I think so many of them are young and growing together on the floor. It naturally comes off the court, too.
I think so. I mean, when you've got a group of young guys that come in together, it gives them a chance to grow and mature together, and I think that makes for a healthy situation.
And let's go to Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, how about the 22-year tenure of Jazz coach Jerry Sloan, the longest-running tenure in American professional sports? It's a testament to his hard work and also to an organization that understands the value of stability. Jerry Sloan said, "I tell our players, I'm going to be here and you may not. I've been real fortunate that our owner gave me the opportunity to say that. If you don't have support, you don't have a fighting chance in the NBA. What wise words, guys.
I pick him in any fight, but that support helps. Thanks, Doris. Here's Harper. 1:02 left in the third. And then Pippen slams it in.
How's that for a little payback? A reminder for him that no good deed goes unpunished.
Well, you know those dunks that get both teams going. Here's Stockton. Hits the quick shot. Stockton's got his first 2 points. Here is Harper. Looking for his first bucket of the game. It's Pippen on the wing. Behind the arc. That's good.
When he gets it going like this, you got to double team. That's your only hope.
They can end up with the final possession depending on how they play the clock. Tapped it alone. Over Rodman. And again at too tall.
This is what happens when the defense lags. Wrong guy to give an opening to.
Here's Harper. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Pippen. Off the mark from 3.
Great defense there. Challenged the path of the shooter, which caused the miss.
Stockton left side. For the lead. And there's another one for the Jazz.
You've got to close out on that mid-range jump shot.
And so this one is tightly contested as we end the third.
Checking out the game Karl Malone is having. He has 8 points, and he's still working hard for those rebounds.
Jazz lead by 1. While we're still getting underway here in the fourth, let's go down to Doris Burke, who has our Spark of the game report. Doris?
Thanks, Kevin. And it's the Jazz with the Spark Award for the stretch they put together. They made their move in the third quarter with their great defense propelling them on an impressive run, gentlemen.
Great, Doris. That big scoring run being a difference maker, Clark, in this game.
Well, it often comes in spurts, Kevin. Spurtability is what I call it, and that's what happened today.
Check out how I prove it. Going off on tracks and making better sound than music. So when I create rhymes, rewind and take time.
Here's Kerr. So on the floor for Utah. Malone is out there with Brian Russell. Then there's John Stockton. Then it's Jeff Hornacek and Ostertag.
That's really a magnificent job from the field today. I mean, they're lighting it up here in the second half, and you've got to attribute it to their concentration and their ball movement. I mean, they're getting the shots they want, and they're knocking them down. That was a golden opportunity to knock the game up, Kevin. In the fourth quarter, you've got to execute and knock down big shots.
Here's Kerr. Here's Jordan. No good.
Well, he gives up some height, but he didn't give up the rock. Nice ball.
Stockton kicks to Russell. With the fadeaway. Rebounded by Rodman.
The D served it up on the platter, and he still wasn't able to convert. He's got to be disappointed.
Here's Pippen. It bounces out of bounds after the shot. Here is Stockton. 1:02 left to the fourth. Hornacek outside. Let's go with the 3. No luck, so the Bulls will take it the other way.
They need to make the most of every possession. And desperation threes like that simply won't get it done.
There's 1 minute left. Fires from 14. Kept alive. Here is Stockton. Decisive possession. The crowd on the edge of their seats. The 3. Michael Jordan grabs the miss. The Bulls with an excellent chance to put the nail in the coffin. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Kerr against Stockton. Stockton is tagged with the reach. That's his first foul. Robert Parrish is checked in for the Bulls. Harper comes in for Steve Kerr. Chicago calls timeout. They're in front by 4. 21 seconds left in the game. Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Phil Jackson as he addressed his basketball team. He told them, keep pushing hard to the end. Just finish out these last few minutes, and we'll be able to come away with a W. Kevin?
Thank you, Doris.
Kevin, over the course of the game, they've gotten it done. This should be an insurmountable lead.
Here's Stockton. To stop the run. And that is good.
Kevin, that's what you expect from him. When the pressure's at its highest, with the game on the line, that's when he's at his best.
And the Bulls making a change here. Here's Rodman. Malone on him. And so the big win by Chicago in a tight game. Clark, it was anybody's game right to the very end.
Yeah, it was. The coach is happy with the outcome, but maybe not so much with the margin.
Thanks for joining us for this presentation of NBA basketball on 2K Sports. For Doris Burke and the whole crew and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying see you next time. But first, let's check out the Jordan Brand player of the game.